In the headlines this morning, Anambra state government partners farmers to expand cow breeding. Atma embarks on personnel audit to fish out ghost workers. Bishop Ezefo urges Christians to uphold humility and rule of law. I am Ebere Ugonna. The Anambra state government says it will partner with farmers to develop breeding of Igbo species of cows. The Commissioner for Agriculture, Mechanization, Processing and Export, Mr. Nnamdi Onukwuba, disclosed this during his inspection visit to Egu's farm, Umuchu, where Igbo cows are reared, revealed the state government's interest in making livestock grazing a serious business, most especially the Igbo species of cow known as Efi-Igbo. Correspondent Valentine Mbadua, who was with the commissioner during the tour, completes the report.
Addressing the media shortly after the inspection, Mr. Onukwuba revealed that the state government is already making plans of expanding cattle grazing across the local government areas of the state and commended the owner of the farm for the initiative, assuring him of government's partnership.
Come here to show the world that actually there is a ranch for Efi-Igbo production. That's our local breed of cow. So we are here to see for ourselves and to show the world that this is a doable thing. The state is thinking of partnering with Opaleke here to develop more farms within the local government areas in Anambra State to produce our own domestic cow.
Contributing, the Abga spiritual leader, Chief Romi Ezonwoka, expressed hope that the issue of destruction of farmland by cattle and other activities of herdsmen, which according to him affect agricultural development, will in a few years become history if efforts are sustained in breeding and grazing what he called Anambra cow.
I saw that place is something commendable. That nearest future, the Anambra, not only having Anambra rice, that of fish now is already in vogue. Anambra fish now is there. Anambra Ogu, Anambra Unugu. This time around, we are going to have Anambra cow, so that all this flanny here will not bring their cow to destroy the people's farm.
Responding, the chairman, Eagle Farm Umuchu, Prince Ugochukwu Obaleke, who expressed satisfaction with the visit of the commissioner, offered to give every necessary assistance to ensure that the dream becomes a reality. He explained that cows can actually be grazed indoor, as his cows have been doing well without stepping out over years.
Raw materials from the farm and compile our feed to feed. The governor has said it. So we have to develop it in so many local governments in Anambra State. We can get some farmers and give them the cow. They develop it. Small time, for highest 3 years to 4 years, 5 years. We start selling to others.
The commissioner later proceeded to Jusam Farm, Ufuma, a company that is into public-private partnership business with the state government to boost rice production in the state. The chairman, Jusam Farm, Mr. Oliver Okeke, while receiving the commissioner and his entourage, commended Governor Willie Obiano for reviving the agricultural sector of the state, assuring him of contributing towards sustaining the temple. From Ufuma, I am Valentine Mbadua reporting for ABS News.
In line with the state's government's directive, the Anambra Traffic Management Agency, ATMA, has carried out physical head count of its officers aimed at fishing out ghost workers. The exercise, which attracted men of the agency from across the state to their headquarters in Awka, is in line with the ongoing biometric verification of state civil servants. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Addressing the officers, the Commissioner for Transport, Sir Uchenna Okafor, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Daniel Ezangu, advised them to be united, respect their superiors, and cooperate with the new Managing Director in order to achieve the state vision in traffic-related issues.
Don't see yourself as when our last. See yourself as the beginning. Best.
Contributing, the state head of service, Barrister Harry Odo, represented by Director, Public Service Office, Mr. Adebayo Ojeyinka, described the physical headcount exercise as necessary, stating that it will enable the agency and the state government to identify ghost workers and unserious officers among them.
employment is for them to be professional. Very, very professional.
Addressing the officers at the parade ground, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Anambra Traffic Management Agency, Mr. Pat Obiefuna, charged them to always be on top of their game as traffic managers and shun acts that can portray the agency in bad light. So according to him, the agency will not take it lightly with anyone who fails to comply with its rules and regulations. Mr. Obiefuna also warned the officers against bribery and unnecessary contravening of vehicles, reminding them that their major responsibility is to ensure free flow of traffic on state roads.
It's a gradual thing. My plan is to turn ATMA around, turn them round so that they will be an agency to be reckoned with.
In a remark, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Transport, Mr. Joseph Nwabueze, encouraged the officers to maintain discipline and stick to professionalism. The State Commandant of the Anambra Traffic Management Agency, Mr. Chedi Umezingwa, while commending the new MD on the transformation already recorded, assured him of the officers and collaboration for greater achievements. From the Anambra Traffic Management Agency's headquarters in Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
Well, the Catholic Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, has charged Christians not to be in enmity with one another, but to show agape love always. Bishop Ezokafo gave the charge in a homily during his pastoral visit to St. Joseph's Catholic Church, Nibo, Awka South Kensal area. Amaka Chibuzokoye has details.
Catholic prelate, who stressed the importance of investing in God's vineyard and its reward, stated that it is expected of every Christian to keep the law, be humble, and show love to one another as Christ entrusted on them. Bishop Ezokafo, during the visit, administered the sacrament of confirmation on 28 candidates and urged them to live according to the faith and teachings of the church.
And he gave his life and showed us love by dying on the cross. And the gospel tells us about the neighbor, the Samaritan who was taken care of, the man wounded by the robbers who was taken care of by, in other words, what in their own time would be called his or her greatest enemy. But he did not mind all those. He showed love to him, and so we need to show this love in everything.
The parish priest, Reverend Father Paulus Maria Okafor, said the bishop's pastoral visit to the church will attract more grace to the parishioners.
Well, my message to my parishioners would be for them to rejoice with the grace of God that they have received today through the bishop and the celebration of the Holy Eucharist. And secondly, they should also buckle up their faith, knowing that we have a destination.
From Nibo, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Christians have been advised to cast their anxiety to God in prayers to live fulfilled life. The vicar of the Anglican Church of Resurrection, Amobia, Reverend Chiemeka Chukudum, who gave the advice in a sermon during the church service, said that people, due to life circumstances, lose hope and fall into temptations when faced with problems. Amaka Chibuzokoye again now completes the story.
Chukudum maintained that in a time like this, Christians should believe solely in Christ to overcome challenges, stating that prayers is the answer to their plight. At Our Lady of Assumption Parish, Oka, the vicar, Reverend Father Kenechukwu Okafor, encouraged Christians to love without boundaries and avoid anger or grudges against one another, noting that love that unites them is stronger than what divides, maintaining that they should be charitable and seek Christ in all they do, even as he asks them never to expect rewards when they render help, citing the biblical Samaritan man who used his God-given potential to save life.
Your enemies, bitterness, anger, something amen. Then when you hear but all young just a chop, go make all that what you have more care. Where's here? You may tell me in the Gronia book, on your Furumoka, get on your book, on your Patobi Moka. What can I say? No, Samira, imagine, oh, man, they are
Anglican Diocese of Oka has marked Girls Guild Sunday. It is a day set aside to remind parents on their role towards their girl child and to channel the mind of girls to positive living. In a sermon, the vicar of Christ Redemption Church, Ezioka, Venerable Nnamdi Emendo, who drew his sermon from "Hold fast to what you have until I come," called on youth to live righteous, faithful, and prayerful life. Venerable Emendu said that the future will be brighter if the girl child is nurtured and raised in the way of God, reminding girls that their body is the temple of God that should not be defiled. He challenged parents to lay a good example to their children and ensure they are being rooted in Christ so as not to slip away.
Thank God for them today, and God is making them through them. Because we normally say that when you train a woman, you have trained a nation. These girls are looking after them. Hence, what you are saying this morning, that these women should try to purify themselves. Let them live a righteous life, because these girls are looking at them. In Igbo it says, so these girls are looking at their mothers and emulating them.
In Oka, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Police operatives attached to the Operation Puff Other of the State Police Command, in conjunction with Special Anti-Cult Unit, have arrested 90 suspected cultists in various locations of the state in continuation of its raids on their hideouts in black spots. According to a statement signed by the police public relations officer, SP Muhammad Haruna, said that 6 suspected cultists arrested at Obosi Axis and another 6 arrested at Ogidi, while 15 suspects were arrested at Ihela Axis. We have details.
The statement said 12 suspects were arrested in Oka, 15 arrested at Nsugbe, 12 arrested at Oko, 18 arrested at Onitsha Axis, and 6 suspects were arrested at Iwariam and Okuzo Axis, respectively. It explained that out of the total number of 90 suspects arrested, 28 were screened out, 15 suspects were charged to court, 12 suspects were placed under police supervision for being underaged, while 35 others were undergoing investigation. The statement said exhibits recovered from the suspects includes 6 machetes, 3 daggers, 1 black beret, and some quantities of wheat suspected to be cannabis sativa. It also disclosed that following intelligence reports, police detectives attached to Gidi's division in conjunction with vigilante group arrested at Nkolo Gidi 1 Praise Okolie Tochuku of the same address for allegedly conspiring with his accomplices, now at large, and snatched at gunpoint a Toyota Spider car with registration number FJK 54cc from 1 Obale Zokoli Ifani of Omoba Phase 1 Onitsha around 7 o'clock in the evening of same date. The statement said the suspect confessed to the crime and the vehicle was recovered from his possession and registered as exhibit, while the case is under investigation and effort is ongoing to apprehend other fleeing accomplices in order to bring them to justice. It added that police detectives attached to Gidi Division arrested 1 Mwali Chibuzo of Ekembo in Idemili North Local Government Area for allegedly snatching a tricycle from 1 Uche John within Mbo area. The statement disclosed that the tricycle was recovered from the suspect along Idemili bus stop Mbo, and the plate number was changed from Anambra HAL 776WQ to Enugu NSK 11177QW. It stated that the case is under investigation, after which suspects will be charged to court for prosecution.
All students of SDK Secondary School, Oka, recently visited the Anambra Broadcasting Service on excursion, where they were taken around the state broadcasting outfit and taught the rudiments of broadcasting by one of the staff of the establishment, Mr. Afam Obidike. Kenechukuchukwudi was there and tells us more.
Students, numbering about 30, arrived the station in company of their 2 teachers, Ms. Wina Adugo and Mr. Uchenna Ezenwaka, and started their excursion at the Film Academy, which is the station's arm for training manpower and talent for the film industry. They later moved to the television and radio broadcast studios, where equipment and their functions were explained in details by those who manned them. Ms. Adugo and Mr. Ezenwaka, in an interview, explained that it was important to expose the young ones to vast knowledge, especially now that they are young.
We want them to be more exposed. This is 21st century, and we want them to know what is going on. We don't want them to be restricted. We want them to go along with time. So that's why we persuaded them to come here and experience what is going on here.
Advice for them is that at least as a student, you need to go higher in your life. You need to go more in your life for you to make it. And because people see those that work in television and the radio as a celebrity, sometimes in that radio as audio aspect of it, they hardly see them, but they do hear their voice. Likewise me, because some staffs in this place, I know them by their names, but I have not seen them.
Some of the students, including Chidi Amarachi and Emmanuel Chikezie, who said that the experiences are worthwhile and expressed the hope of building a career in broadcast media. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for EBS News.
And that's it on the news. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV online. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. And just before we go, the main points again. Anambra State Government partners farmers to expand cow breeding. Atma has embarked on personnel audits to fish out ghost workers. Bishop Isafor has urged Christians to uphold humility and rule of law. And that's the size of our package. Many thanks for joining us. I'm Ebere Ugunna.